All right, it is Friday, May 2nd. We are going to go ahead and start the selection process to see who is going to represent the New York City region for swimming at the 2025 State Summer Games. So earlier this week, we did send out the list of swimmers, a combination of results from Fieldston and entries for this weekend's Long Island Spring Games. So we gathered this list. I'm not sharing my screen, so let me go ahead and share that. So this is the list. Those names in red are the names that coaches requested to be withdrawn. We are going to have 2 selection pools. This process was covered in our pre-season coach meeting. So we do have the selection pool of the gold medalists from this past weekend at Fieldston. And then all remaining swimmers are going to be entered into random draw. So we did receive 16 athlete allocations for this year's games. So based on the process that we discussed, half of those are going to be drawn from competition. So that will be the first 8 slots. And then the second 8 slots will come from that random draw. We have more than 8 gold medalists here. So once we draw from those initial 8 slots, the remaining gold medalists will be added to the pool of random draw. So I'm going to go ahead and take these. We're using the wheel of names. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy these guys first. Oops. Here we go. Make sure I come back. No, I didn't want to draw them. All right, well, we're going to cancel that because not all of the swimmers were in. We can keep Dennis as our first draw, but I want to make sure that Joseph is added in there. Okay. Apologies for that. All right. We're going to shuffle this up. All right. Dennis is still in the draw, so we're starting fresh with all of our swimmers, all of our gold medal swimmers in the spot. Fatimata is on, so she is recording who our first 8 swimmers will be. All right, we have Dina Solomon from Cross Island Superstorms. And we did request an additional coach allocation to make sure that coaches will only be responsible for swimmers that they know. But if we do need to adjust these to make sure we're in ratio, we'll do that at the end. Michael Cardina, also from Cross Island Superstorms, that's athlete number 2. Athlete number 3 is Dennis Maruda, so he did still get in, even though I made that initial mistake. All right, athlete number 4. Oh, close. All right, Mark Huang really sneaking it in there. That is 4 athletes, correct, Fatimata?
Yes, 4.
Okay, all right. Athlete number 5.
Silent.
Yasmin Eisenberg, Cross Island Superstorms. Number 6, we have Nolan Weiss from 92nd Street Y. Athlete number 7, Kimberly Lothian, Cross Island Superstorms. And athlete number 8 from the pool of gold medalists is Jonathan Biner from Cross Island Superstorms. So We have our first 8 swimmers. These remaining gold medalists going to be added to the pool of random draw. Oh, Joe Spartan is already in here. I will clean that up. All right, Nehemiah, Rachel, Annie. All right, we're going to make sure there's no duplicates here because I think some of those athletes already were in there. All right, I'm going to sort this by color so I don't make the same mistake as before. Oh, Mark should have, I missed Mark up here. Okay. All right, we need to draw one more. We need to draw one more from
Would this be the alternate?
no, we still have 8 additional spots to draw from the random.
Okay,
but
okay.
I mistakenly only removed Mark from the pool of random draw and not from the gold medal pool. So we really only have 7 swimmers from that competitive pool. So I do need to.
So remove Mark.
There. Yes. And can you go down that list for me, Fatima?
Yes. So Dina Solomon,
All right.
Michael Cardinia, Dennis.
Hold on one second.
Oh, you guys, sorry.
All right, so Dennis, Solomon,
Dina.
Yeah.
So I'm removing Mark now. Give me 1 second.
Right.
Yasmin Eisenberg, Nolan Weiss, Kimberly Lothian, and Jonathan Biner. So we need one more.
All right, we're going to sort by color here. All right. Back in and draw for that remaining. Our apologies for that, coaches. This is why we record things, though, so that way you guys are in full transparency of that mistake that we made, and you can see we did add those gold medals back in. I'm going to draw for our 8th competitive spot. All right, Annie O'Malley, 92nd Street Y. All right, so I'm going to take her now out of this competitive spot. Should take Nolan out, right, because he's already in there. Jonathan Biner already in there. All right, Nolan, Jonathan, Michael Cardinia. Yasmin Eisenberg.
And Lothian.
Kimberly.
Yeah.
That's everyone, right? Oh, Dina. Michael and Jonathan. Oh, and Dennis. All right, Heath should be out. Joseph get. Okay, nope. Wow. People on here a lot.
Heisenberg also. Yeah.
I think I got her. Yeah, I got Yasmin.
There's another one down there too, I think. I'm bugging. Yeah, right, 50.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's not very good.
Oh, it's because one, it didn't find it as a duplicate because one has their middle names and one doesn't.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Good catch. All right, we're going to sort this and just make sure that. Oh, Rachel's in there twice. All right, so now everyone should only be in there one time. So here is our selection pool for a random draw. And Streamliners are only in for random draw because they did not swim at Fieldston. All right. Shuffling this up a whole bunch of times. And we're going to draw for 8, and then we will also draw 4 alternates. All right. Kevin, it looks like. Wait, hold on. Yep, okay. Kevin from the Manhattan Streamliners. Joseph from 92nd Street Y. William from Manhattan Streamliners. Abe from Manhattan Streamliners. It's 4. Kathleen, Cross Island Superstorms. It's 5. Yenny, number 6 from Cross Island Superstorms. All right, Anthony Hassan from Manhattan Streamliners. That's 6.
That's 7.
Oh, 7. Yep.
You're good, you're good. I have to make sure. He was from Streamliners, correct? Anthony?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
Anthony Hassan is from Streamliners.
And then George, give me 1 second.
He's from Cross Island.
So that's 8.
That's 8. All right, these next 4 we're going to draw for our alternates. Alternates only go to state games in the case that 2 situations. 1, if New York City ends up getting additional allocations, and 2, if another athlete is unable to attend. Up till about a week before, we haven't set that date. We will follow our process, right? So if an athlete from Cross Island scratches and our first alternate is from Manhattan Streamliners, that Streamliners athlete will still move up. As we get closer to games, these alternates will be within. That way we don't need to switch any coaches. As we set out the timeline, that whatever that cutoff date is, Fatimata and I have not yet determined it, but that cutoff date for when those alternates will change from within the flow of athletes as a whole and when they would be within a training club. We'll set that deadline and will be included in your timeline. Some of that will also have to do with where our coach ratios are and if we would need to even change any coach ratios. All right, first alternate is Natalie from Manhattan Streamliners. Second alternate. Who is it going to be? David Orlansky, Manhattan Streamliners. Third alternate, Tim Roth, Cross Island Superstorms. And our fourth alternate, will be Maddie Weiner from 92nd Street Y. Coaches, if you have an alternate that was selected just now, make sure that you are including them on your registration forms for what their events and qualifying times will be. That way, if it comes time where that alternate needs to be activated, they will already have their information in our system. All right, so those are our swimming selections. Again, just to summarize what we did our first 8 athletes from that pool of results from Fieldston. Our next 8 slots and our four alternates were pulled from random draw that included all swimmers, including just those leftover athletes from the competitive draw. So athletes, did have an opportunity to be in both selection pools. For those athletes who were drawn from the random pool, they will not be included in next year's random pool. Those swimmers will only be included in the competitive pool. That way we're making sure to kind of maintain equal opportunities across our athletes across the city instead of sending the same athletes year over year. We do want to make sure that we maintain the integrity of our competitive draw pool, though, make sure that results from local competitions do matter. All right. Thank you, swim coaches.